Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. It's currently part 5 for my Let's Play, and it is, as I'm currently recording this post-commentary, the 8th of November 2018. Now, when this actual visual content that you're seeing right now was recorded, it was the 9th of February 2018. But the funny thing is, even though that sounds like a long time ago when this was recorded, it's nothing compared to part 4, which preceded this part. Look at this save data. The 8th of September 2016. Like, that's a lot of time to pass between parts 4 and 5. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. It's not out of this world, but realistically, to have a Let's Play that's gone from one part to the other, that's a difference of almost 2 years. Not really, more like a year and a half, but it's quite interesting for that much time to pass just between two parts. It's bizarre, really. Now, I did talk about it briefly in the next part, because I did actually record parts 6 and 7 before recording this post-commentary, so it makes things a little bit confusing, but I'm going to go into further details about this Let's Play in general in this part as I'm talking here. Now, the reason why I actually took so long to get all of those parts out, in September of 2016, I recorded parts 1 to 4. I didn't record them all on the same day. I might have done the first 3 on the same day, maybe the first 2, something like that. But it was all within I think it was during a single week that I recorded those first 4 parts. They didn't actually appear on my channel until, I think, 2018. Like January or February of this year. And, the reason why that was the case... In fact, it might have been 2017. What I'm going to do right now, guys, just in the interest of giving you the correct information, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and have a look on my channel now to see when I did upload parts 1 to 4. You'll have to excuse me for not being entirely invested in what's going on the screen right now, because that's just the nature of a post-commentary. It's kind of unfortunate, but anyway, I hope you can forgive me. So, either way, we'll have a look and see when I actually uploaded part 1 for the Let's Play. I uploaded it late 2017, October 2017. So, I would assume, therefore, parts 1, 2, and 3 were all uploaded during October of 2017. Now, that was more than a year after those parts were recorded. I ended up uploading part 4 quite recently, during this month of... what is it again? November of 2018. I'm throwing so many dates around that it's confusing me at this point. So if it's confusing me, I would imagine it would confuse you as well. But the main reason why this was the case, there were a few reasons. One of them being that I'm not huge on this game. I don't enjoy it that much. It seems like a bit of a lacking game. I've heard negative things about it from even Final Fantasy fans. And I'm by no means a Final Fantasy fan. I'm not against the idea of Final Fantasy, but I haven't played enough games to really decide whether or not I like Final Fantasy games. I've only played spin-offs. This is the very first mainline Final Fantasy game that I'm playing. And I'm sure proper Final Fantasy fans would cringe at the thought of this being my first mainline Final Fantasy game. But you know what? I don't care. If anything, it makes for an entertaining commentary and Let's Play series, I would say. So I'm not too opposed with it in the end. Because you want to know my first spin-off Final Fantasy game. It's better than this, I'll tell you what. Okay, you know what? Those two things together probably make for the worst Final Fantasy fan, if I do ever become a fan of the series. So, my very first Final Fantasy mainline game was Final Fantasy XIII. My very first spin-off Final Fantasy game, I'm not talking Dissidia here, I'm talking Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Tales for the DS, okay? Like, we're talking... bottom of the barrel. Now, it was a good game. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it a lot. But it's pretty, what? It's not... At that point, it's not even a Final Fantasy game. It just uses chocobos and... You know, obviously it's a spin-off. It's kind of like... It's quite similar, actually, to comparing Monster Hunter Stories to the rest of the Monster Hunter series. It's very, very different. At least, it's different enough. It's turn-based, but yeah, I don't know if all of the Final Fantasy series is turn-based. I don't remember Crystal Bearers being turn-based. That was the other spin-off that I played, and I've probably gone into details about that in the previous parts anyway. Remembering, of course, that it was a while that I actually edited through those parts. I won't talk about like when I recorded those parts, because that's not relevant. Last time I listened to myself in those parts was more than a year ago. So, even that's a funny thought, isn't it? But, yeah, I don't know if I discussed that or not. I might have, but either way. Crystal Chronicles Crystal Bearers, which is, it's such a lengthy name. It's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Crystal Bearers. Like, imagine, why do you need a name that long? Just make it nice and short. Final Fantasy, you know, Crystal Bearers, that's it. Forget Crystal Chronicles, we don't need that. Anyway, I don't even, like, how many Crystal Chronicles games are there? I've only played Crystal Bearers, and I did at that time play it on the Wii. I believe it's only on the Wii, so I will probably play it on the Wii again, eventually. It is my plan to play it again, because it'll be sort of nostalgic for me. I think the last time I played it was in 2010, 2009, something like that. So, I'm pretty sure it was 2010 when I last played it, so it'll be interesting just to play it again, because that's enough time to pass within my life for my life to change a lot in that time, so therefore, having a little window into the past is a special thing for me. I had that experience with Spyro Dawn of the Dragon when I played that again, because I hadn't played that since 2010 either. Just loading into the title screen in the first part of that Let's Play was really special for me, so I expect it will be quite similar with Crystal Chronicles. I just have a memory of having certain games that I played to break up the monotony of essentially living on Monster Hunter 3 Tri. I played that game so much that I did at times, especially in 2010 and 2011, because, well, those were the main years that I was playing it. I didn't really... By 2012 I was winding down. In fact, no, sorry. That's a long story in and of itself. It was late 2011 when I winded down truly from that by selling my Wii, but that's a long story. I will get into that at some point. Probably... I do plan to make a video about that one day, but I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent here. I am trying to discuss something. But, yeah, those were two games that I played. I also played Dragon Quest Swords to break up that monotony. So, those were three main games. Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Crystal Bearers, and Dragon Quest Swords. Those were three games that I played. They were pretty good fun. They did the job. Then the rest of that time was spent playing Monster Hunter 3 Tri. A bit of Freedom Unite as well, and a bit of Demon Souls, but for the most part, Monster Hunter 3 Tri. For sure. But anyway, when I refer to those three games, I mean like those were the Wii games that I was playing. I was quite invested in the Wii at that time. Anyway, what was the ultimate point that I was trying to make here? Jesus. See, this is my problem. I get on a little bit of a series of tangents and then I realise, hold on, there was actually a point that I was trying to make in the end. But then I just lose it by the time I realise that I need to find that point again. Either way, I do plan on playing all of the Final Fantasy games. It's just a matter of when that's going to happen. I don't know. Final Fantasy XIII on its own is going to be a really long game to play through, especially considering I don't particularly like the game. So we'll see how that goes. As far as how people are going to feel going through this Let's Play watching me play it, I really don't know what to expect, because there's a fair possibility that the people who actually watch this Let's Play do like this game. I do not really like this game. I have yet to find something about it that I can gravitate towards. It just seems like something I can make a joke out of. It's not... I have yet to experience interesting gameplay for my own... Or probably... As far as the story is concerned, I don't care about it, but that's probably my own fault, because I chose a bad game to start on, probably, when it came to the story. So, yeah, we'll see if I start to enjoy the story more, but for now, I don't care about it. Oh, did I die? Yeah, I did. That sucked. Well, I didn't actually die, I was incapacitated, I suppose you could call it. So that was my first game over screen. I was about to say, I hope it says game over, because I can't read that. But then we did get an English translation there of game over, which was nice. Anyway, still trying to remember that original point that I was trying to make there. Anyway, in the end, I am trying to increase my upload amount for this game. Oh, that's what the original point was. I was supposed to explain to you why it did take so long for me to actually continue uploading and recording this game now. It took me a while to get back to that point, didn't it? You guys probably remembered it, I certainly did not. I had to think about it for a while. Whilst also still trying to entertain you guys with commentary. I'll tell you what, it's really difficult to do a post-commentary. I hate them. And you probably hate them too, but I hate them more. I can tell you now, I hate them more. The reason why it did take me so long was because I did record a crap load of videos between it would have been March 2016 and around June, July 2016. And what ended up happening was I recorded so many parts during this time. We're talking, if you can really comprehend it, I did 3 builds of Demon Souls, New Game and New Game Plus. I did 2 builds of Dark Souls 2, just New Game. That alone, we're talking, well, let's look at this realistically. So it was something like 100, 110 parts for Dark Souls 2 alone. Then it would have been, I don't know how many parts for, let's say it was about 120 parts for Demon Souls, or maybe we'll drop it down a bit, we'll do 110 parts for Demon Souls, but the difference there was that each part was longer than Dark Souls 2. Now, I don't know if you can comprehend how much work that is, but it's a lot of work as far as the editing is concerned. I'll probably just watch this cutscene for a moment.
This postlessy. The enemy's a cocoon. Can't show him any mercy.
Was that it? Is that all you had to say, mate? No, it wasn't. Oh, we're returning back to Snow, who is also down here. Or up here. Is it down or up? I don't even know anymore. It's a weird location. Alright, so we're playing as Snow now. My friend Sam refers to this game as Corridor Simulator, and it really is. I hope it opens up soon, but for the most part, all of these have just been corridors. Well, the vast majority of them. Not all of them, but about 90% have been corridors, so you know, that gets a little bit boring after a while. But yeah, back to the reason why I stopped this Let's Play for a period of time, a long period of time at that. I really was in a position where I had recorded so much stuff that it was starting to blow my mind, as far as the time investment that I would need to undertake to actually get it all edited and uploaded. It was quite awesome. So I came to the realization around September of 2016 that, okay, I need to stop recording more stuff. It needs to stop. I need to take a break from recording. No matter how much I wanted to record stuff, I had to stop for the rest of that year, pretty much. I might have recorded a few things here and there in late 2016, but for the most part, I gave it a rest. And, like, my uploading didn't stop, but my recording did, because I had so much stuff that needed to be uploaded, so, and edited through, so I just pretty much went through my backlog of stuff that I had recorded, mostly Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 stuff, but I am almost positive that there was other stuff there as well. Who's this guy talking to himself? They ask. Are we now switching to them? We weren't really playing as Snow for very long there, if that's the case. See, I can respond to this gameplay like this because I have no recollection of it. This was in February 2018, that's long ago enough for me to forget all of it. It's not like it had that much of an impact with me.
He's coming our way.
What should I do?
Beat him up for letting your mother die. No, beat him up. Don't just talk to him.
Change what happened.
It's true enough.
We could just run away.
Why? What would that achieve? Anyway. Because wasn't it her idea to come here in the first place? This stupid girl. Anyway, so... Sacrarium. the Pulse something or other. Anyway, now you guys know more or less why I didn't really continue this for a long time. As far as 2017 was concerned, by I think it was January or February of 2017, I had finished my Dark Souls 2 stuff as far as editing and uploading was concerned. I think the Demon Souls stuff continued on into maybe May or June of 2017, which is pretty crazy. I had so much stuff to do for Demon Souls. And then I needed a break, I think, like a further break. Finally, by around October of 2017, as I just confirmed with the upload dates for these, for the first 3 parts of this Let's Play, I was able to see that, yeah, October, I was ready to finally return to the recordings that I'd done almost a year before. So, what ended up happening there was my recording output in the early part of 2016 threw me off for about a year. Like, it took me a year to recover from that recording stuff. Now, you might want to know why I want to stream Demon Souls. Like, I plan to stream Demon Souls. I don't, and I've mentioned this before, I'm not huge on the streaming thing. I'm not going to become like a streamer. I will never abandon what it is you're seeing here. Me recording videos, editing them, then uploading them that way. You know, Let's Play videos, things like that. And similar series of that nature. That will never stop. But the reason why streaming is such a good thing for Demon Souls, for instance, is because I do not want to return to the experience that set me back an entire 12 months. And it was 12 months, I remember it. It was like 12 months, and it was a few days out. It was more than 12 months by maybe 3 or 4 days by the time I had finished my Demon Souls stuff. I remember that. So, I don't want to do that again. That's why I will never do Demon Souls unless it's streaming. But anyway, I don't want to get too off topic from this Let's Play, but it's important for you guys to understand just why it took so long for me to continue it. So I think that it's still largely relevant to what's going on here. So, without further ado, I will return to the subject at hand and take note of the fact that these enemies are really bizarre. What are they? They're jumping around. Yeah, something that I've noticed, and you'll see this in the next part, a lot of these enemies like to jump around and have a dance. It looks as if they're enemies, but in actuality they're just jumping around, dancing, having fun. Are we really righteous, killing them like this? Anyway, that'll be something for the next part. But yeah, as it stands, Final Fantasy XIII will not be a priority, but I do want to make a conscious effort in not ignoring it. As far as why I didn't really do much with it this year, I think it had something to do with the fact that I didn't want to play it. Or maybe I was a bit intimidated by the thought of how much that I would actually have to record of the game to finish it, even though I don't really like the game. I think particularly this year, my focus was Wind Waker HD, which I managed to finish a few months ago. Maybe about 4 months ago or something I finished Wind Waker HD. That was my focus for this year. So this particular Let's Play was put on the back burner, as well as, you know, Monster Hunter World coming out. That was a big thing as well. Monster Hunter World coming out during the early part of this year really slowed down my video recording because I was playing that a lot. And then I just started to get right back into Monster Hunter again. It sparked my desire to play the older games as well. So I got back into that full swing, which sort of slowed down my recording. So ultimately, this game here has always been... It's never been a priority, I should say. It's never been the thing that I want to focus on. So at this point, that's not going to change, but I do want to not forget it, like I have in the past. So, long story short, expect monthly uploads of this Let's Play, not like single video uploads per month, you know, multiple videos per month. Long story short, there's not going to be a month that goes by, if things go according to plan, where you're not going to see some Final Fantasy XIII uploads, because my plan is to one day finish this frickin' Let's Play, and if I don't have multiple videos up for this particular series per month, well, every month I should say, I'm never going to frickin' finish it, because I'm going to guess that it's going to be at least 60 parts for this Let's Play for it to be finished. Probably more than that. If it were back in the day when you only had 10 minutes for your video, it would take double that, most likely. Probably take 120 parts, so... or 150. I'm sure if you look back at the old Let's Plays of this game, because I think this game came out in 2011, maybe 2010? I'll need to confirm that, but I think they lifted the video length limit for all people. It was always lifted for partners, but I think they lifted it for regular people around the time the One channel came out in 2012. So I think it's safe to say that if there are Let's Plays of this game from 2011, you'll be able to see those 10-minute limited videos. So, well, technically 11 minutes. They say 10 minutes, but you've got until 10:59 to have your video finished. I have seen some 11-minute videos, but you never wanted to do that because sometimes the video would be processed and you'd get like an extra second for some reason. The time would sometimes be slightly different between your upload and the actual original video file that you used for the upload, so I would never allow it to be 11 minutes exactly. It would always be 2 seconds out. So that was a different time. Now I can make 3-hour-long videos if I really wanted to, but I never would, because that would be completely ridiculous. I'd be spending so much time uploading the videos. It would have been fine back then because the things that I was recording did not require as much space, and there was also, I guess the video processing would result in much smaller video sizes as well. I was doing it in MP4, now I'm doing it in WMV, and all of the videos were just so much smaller, and the resolutions were smaller as well. 720 was like the highest that I went to, and there was no reason to go higher once again because of the games that I was playing, so yeah, everything was just much faster to upload. But now we're looking at pretty much every single video being 5 gigabytes in size, so at minimum. The largest are usually like 15 gigabytes long, so if I have a 1080p 60 FPS video running for about 20 minutes, that's maybe 10 or 15 gigabytes. Probably 15. So that's more or less what's going on. It's a lot to upload, so that's the current era of Let's Plays for me. It's kind of interesting. But either way, these confrontations are not very interesting, first of all because it's auto combat, and second of all, these monsters are monsters that we have fought many times before, or enemies I should say. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. I refer to enemies as monsters, you'll have to forgive me. They're more like robots. Calling these guys monsters is a little bit silly, but yeah, whatever, lady. But yeah, this is a post-commentary video. I don't even know why this ended up being a post-commentary. I recorded this part in February, and my original audio just disappeared somewhere. I've got no idea what happened with it. But either way, this is probably my final save, and then... no, it's not. I do continue just a little bit, I think. Because this is not where I started in my previous... or, sorry. Ugh, in the next part, that is. Or do I continue here? I don't know. We're about to find out anyway. Okay, so I go in... what's going on? I don't know. What if I recorded two... uh-oh. What if I recorded 2 parts and then the next one just disappeared into the ether? That's not a good sign. Well, that's actually a confusion because... oh dear. I'll have to work out what's happened here. You're gonna see a blank screen because now I don't know what's happened. Because this is different to where I started from in part 6, so... what the fuck am I gonna do? I must have recorded more. There's no other explanation than that. Because in part 6, I pick up with... I think, is that right? No. Okay, it's correct. Thank God. I pick up with Vanille. Thank God for that. I thought I was picking up with Lightning. Never mind. So, we're all safe, guys. thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this post-commentary. When I have a post-commentary like this, it usually ends up being a bit more informative and naturally withdrawn from the game itself, because when I am doing a commentary and playing the game, my commentary is purely in-game focused, which is quite natural, and then if I'm doing a post-commentary, it will not be. That's why I prefer not to do post-commentary, and that's probably also why you prefer not to watch and listen to post-commentary as well. So I hope you guys didn't mind it too much. I will not make a habit of doing post-commentary. Post-commentary is a last resort. You don't have to worry about that. It's only a rare occurrence, and if it's not a rare occurrence, it means something has really gone wrong. So either way, I'll see you guys in part 6. We will be continuing with my live commentary, and I hope you enjoy that. Keeping in mind, of course, the stuff that you saw in parts 1 to 4 were recorded in 2016, so it might be a bit of a different Doom Link. I don't know. I don't know if I've changed in 2 years in terms of my commentary, but my humour will be largely the same, and I do tend to make fun of this game, so I hope you enjoy that. Either way, I will see you guys in part 6, keeping in mind that the next 2 parts you see were actually recorded before what I'm doing right now, so don't let that confuse you too much. Either way, I'll see you guys in those next parts. This post-commentary was recorded on the 8th of November 2018, with the video itself recorded on the 9th of February 2018, and I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.